This year's Montane Spine Race is already living up to its name of the most brutal race in the UK. The first 24 hours, the conditions were brutal. There was torrential rain, sleet, snow showers, and heavy mist and fog on the higher ground. The rivers and brooks are really high and competitors are having to wade through, which is just adding to the cold and wet they're already experiencing. This year's race started at 8 a.m. on Sunday the 9th of January on a muddy field down in Biddell in Derbyshire. The rain held off at the start, but not long into the race the heavens opened and gave all competitors a glimpse of what was expected for the rest of the day. Lloyd himself started really strong and got out at the front with the leading pack, with Damien Hall, Kim Collison and Eugenie, which was really interesting to watch. As you can see from the photos, the visibility was pretty poor coming over the hills from Biddell, but Lloyd hung on to the lead pack and was in the first four runners to come over Snake Pass, which was really good progress. Coming up towards Wessendon Head later in the morning, Lloyd had dropped back into around 5th place, and it was clear to see that the cold and wet was clearly getting to him. He passed the timing point at Harrop in 5th position, and here's a photo of him having a cup of tea when he got into that timing booth in a time of 6 hours, 36 minutes and 38 seconds. When I saw Lloyd again coming down towards the M69 crossing, he was absolutely wet through, frozen, and he got himself a hot cup of tea from the famous Nicky's food bar. The last place I saw Lloyd on day one was near Blackstone Edge Reservoir, which is just to the east of Rochdale. He fueled up again there with tea and flapjacks, and he did tell me at that point that his plan was to get to Hebden Bridge, which is checkpoint 1, and stay for a considerable amount of time to get himself warmed up and dry. He arrived into checkpoint 1 at Hebden just before 7:20 and did stay there 2 hours, not leaving till just after 9 o'clock. So he clearly felt he needed a good rest to basically see him through the night, crossing northward through the Yorkshire Dales. Although Lloyd arrived into Hebden in 8th place, he did drop down the rankings as a result of his long stay in that checkpoint. Overnight, Lloyd and his fellow competitors pushed on, and Lloyd did arrive into Malham just before 9 a.m. on day 2. So at the end of the first 24 hours of this epic race, Lloyd managed to stay in the top 20, but Who knows what the next 24 hours will bring? It's certainly turning into a very interesting race. Stay tuned for more updates going forward, guys. Thanks for listening.